Hi, Magic Muse, witches. Welcome back to As Above, So Below, where you are the magic, baby. We are going to be doing a claircognizant video today. So we're going through all of the clairs, and if any of these have been resonating for you, please comment down below your experiences. Sometimes it's nice to know that you're not alone in what you're going through. So, claircognizance or clear knowing. I have had so many instances with this clair. It's very interesting. So the first time that I can ever recognize that this was happening was actually when I was very young. We were on a field trip I was living in Oregon at the time, and we were doing some sort of like animal thing, and the teacher asked a question of, why animals had tails. And I raised my hand and I said, for balance. And she's like, yeah, that's right. And I didn't know that. I think I was like 6 at the time. I have no clue. But I think back on that now, and how do I even remember that from being 6 years old? I don't know. But I look back on that now and I'm like, oh, okay, that's probably claircognizance. And this is also the clair sense when you know somebody is lying, or you aren't getting the whole truth to something, or somebody is withholding information. And a lot of the times it can come in like blocks of information, so it can feel just like info was just planted in your brain. I know that this has happened a lot with me too. And also, when I was in massage school, we were going through anatomy and physiology class, and I just knew info. I just knew how the body works and what circulatory system, how that plays into regulating everything, and I just knew information. And I was like, huh, this is interesting, because I feel like this is probably some past life stuff that I haven't fully tapped into. And then when I did a past life regression, I found out that I was a midwife in a life. And I was like, oh, well, that makes complete and total sense. So again, if you were getting little random downloads of info and you don't have any clue of where it's coming from, you just know things. This is the clair that can be very strong in you. This is also good for people who are very rational and who are very down to earth. And when you are doing mediumship, which is blending all of the clairs together, you kind of just get that knowing too of, this person wanted to make cookies with you, or I'm getting like a lot of things surrounding, cars, X, Y, and Z. They will use that psychic faculty to come in to deliver messages for your sitter. So if you have had any sort of experiences with that, know that you are probably heavily claircognizant. And a lot of the times for me, information will come um, in different ways. So I'll get like a bout of claircognizance, and then I'll also get some clairaudient or some clairvoyant confirmation with that. And that's when you know that you've got something. That's when you know, like, this, I'm not making this up. This is actually real information. And I feel like this can also play into your body knowledge. So if you have ever felt like you had a craving for, strawberries, or your body is craving a certain food, I feel like that can also be claircognizant too, because it means that your body is needing certain minerals, or it's needing to lower your blood sugar, or, something like that. It's just that knowing. So that plays hand in hand with what's going on. And I'm in the process of doing a functional medicine protocol. And I have been on the route of, I've had half my thyroid removed, all of that stuff. And I also think that's why I'm so in tune with my body. Also massage therapist. So the body stuff just makes a lot of sense for me. but I was gaining weight and I don't know why or how. And my endocrinologist couldn't give me any information. So something in me was saying, you need to look deeper. You need to get down to the root, which is why I went to a functional medicine doctor, which they are not covered under insurance, and it's a lot. And I've done gut tests before, but this is really doing. I did, I did a gut test, I did a blood sample, I did a hair test, I did a hormone test, and come to find out that I was deficient in multiple different minerals and elements like copper, zinc, magnesium, my cortisol. Like, it's not that I have high cortisol. My adrenals are burning through my cortisol too fast. So my body doesn't have the reserves that it needs, and it's holding on to weight and it's holding on to water. So again, that just kind of goes to show that if you know something is off, to trust that, because that is your intuitive information saying that go this way. You know something is off. This is kind of like giving you a piece of the roadmap. So trust your knowing, trust your magic, and put down in the comments below if you've had any of these experiences. But thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Blessed be. Bye.